In the previous video, I analyzed an accident that occurred in thermal conditions with seemingly strong thermals, where many pilots were flying at very high altitudes. In this video, I will analyze a collision between two paragliders. However, the conditions here appear much milder. The pilots are flying at nearly the same altitude, seemingly in dynamic conditions, sticking close to the mountain, and in light wind that normally wouldn't pose much of a problem. Sometimes these calm dynamic wind conditions with little thermal activity give us a false sense of security. What does this mean? It means we believe we're safer than we actually are. We relax, lower our guard, and start focusing on less important things, like taking photos, talking on the radio or phone, or turning on a video camera. This can lead to a chain of errors that might result in an accident. In this accident, a tandem pilot with a passenger and an apparent beginner or student paraglider are involved. We see how they are on a collision course. It's important to note that the tandem pilot filming the incident had the right of way, meaning they were flying toward their right, with the cliff on that side. They should have maintained their course close to the mountain, while the other paraglider, the solo female pilot, should have moved to her right, away from the mountain. However, as seen in the video, both had ample time to react before the collision, yet neither of them did. While the tandem pilot had the priority, if you notice the other pilot isn't moving away to their right, it becomes your responsibility to avoid the collision. What should the tandem pilot have done in this case? Very simply, check behind for clearance, made a 180-degree turn, and left the area. But either due to stubbornness or simply not seeing the other pilot, they stayed on a collision path. It's clear the solo pilot was likely inexperienced, as she was flying a beginner's wing and seemingly panicked, evidenced by her scream before the collision. We see here that several seconds pass, yet there's no reaction, and she screams. Neither of them had enough time to deploy their reserves because they were flying too low, probably no more than 20 meters from the mountain. Within seconds of the collision, they crash into the trees. From what I read in the video's comments, the female pilot involved in causing the accident didn't suffer major injuries. But unfortunately, the passenger broke their arm, and the tandem pilot lost their life.